welcome back to my channel. It is Caitlin, and for today's video we're doing another video on the IPSY glam bag of January. So my last glam bag review and try on was a huge success. We have over 700 views, which is awesome. So I figured I would do the December glam bag for you all as well. So I have not opened up this bag yet. I figured again I would do it here on camera, and it is January 25th today, which I got this bag like maybe 2 weeks ago, and it's just been sitting up here in my makeup room, but I haven't had time to film this. I'm just gonna go ahead and open the bag up to see what kind of goodies we got to play with this month. And I also have a few other new products that I did not have for my last first impressions video that I did, and if you didn't see that, I will link that down below. But I want to try those products out as well with these IPSY products. If you guys like this video, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. It will mean the world to me. We are almost at 100 subscribers, so please subscribe. It would be awesome. So if you guys are excited to see this try on and review of this IPSY glam bag of January, then just keep watching. Okay, so here's the bag. I'm not going to show you the other side in case you can see my address. So I have not opened it. The first thing I see, well, first two things I see are this bag, which is the bag for this month, and then I see this, which this is a lip pencil, and I have no idea how to pronounce this name. This is what the name looks like, and this is just a coloring pencil. This is definitely not from the US because they spelled coloring with a U, and this says it's in the shade Lust. And this is the glam bag for this month, which I think it's really cute. It obviously says IPSY down here. This kind of reminds me of a beach bag with the blue like jean printed stripes and white also, and then it has pink detailing up here and a knot. So this is what the bag looks like up close. So let's just dive right in. So obviously this card says new year, more products, more focus on you. So I see 4 products in here, obviously, because the 5th one was this coloring pencil. The first product I see is this blush serum, which is a lip and cheek cream color blush liquid. Well, that's what that looks like. I don't know how I like the sound of that blush liquid. We're just gonna open it up, and I'm not sure how I feel about this. This is supposed to be a blush. Obviously there was a lot on the back of my hand, but still it's super opaque, and it kind of feels like it's drying on my hand. I normally don't like cream or liquid blushes. It's just not really my thing. It's kind of thick, but that's like how it looks. So a plus for that product though, the pink did not stain the back of my hands. I often find with pink cream anything, they do stain, so I'm very happy about that. So the next thing I see in here is this little tiny box. A car, I think. Skin Mini Care Lip Balm, organic and non-toxic. So this is super cute and tiny. So this is so small. The packaging is kind of generic. It just says their name on it, and this is how much product you get, which is not a lot at all. It feels nice. This is what the lip balm looks like inside. It's just yellow. It kind of has a citrusy scent, which is nice. I like citrus, so now that it's applied, it feels really nice and comfortable on the lips and really soothing. The next thing is this. I really can't pronounce any of these names. This is Louis, and it's clear spot control, which this is very strange. So this is what it looks like, and it's liquid, as you can see. So the directions on the back say, as soon as you feel a blemish forming with a cotton swab or applicator, apply directly on the blemish for 30 seconds, repeat up to 3 times. So it is like a liquid, and it's just a doe foot applicator, which I find a little strange for this kind of product. Whew. It kind of smells like a super strong tea tree oil. And the last thing I see in this bag is, this is from Naked Cosmetics, and it is a loose eyeshadow in the shade Heavy Metal. It's a blue. I don't know how I feel about this. This is what the packaging looks like, and as you can see, the blue shade there. Try and show you. This is the blue pigment. Ooh. We're gonna try and make this work. Okay, so that was all of the IPSY products I got this month. If I'm being honest, this month isn't my favorite. I just feel like I didn't really get many products that I can see myself using long term as of now. If one product, like if this blush blows me away, like I will use it, but as of right now, I don't feel like any of these products are gonna blow me away. The lip pencil I have the most hope in, so I think we're just gonna start diving right into trying on the products and trying to create a look with this. To start, I'm gonna take my Urban Decay Primer Potion, the original, to prime my eyes. When I do apply this primer, I do run it under my lash line just so any product sticks there as well. I don't have any face products on at the moment because I didn't know what kind of eyeshadow or products I was gonna get, and good thing I didn't apply any face products because of this loose eyeshadow. I feel like that's going to go literally everywhere. Now that that is applied, so the first new product I'm gonna try, which is not from the IPSY bag, is this Urban Decay Naked Petite Heat Palette. This is just the tiny version, obviously, of the Naked Heat Palette. I've yet to try this, and this is what these shades look like in here. They are super pretty and warm, and every shade in this palette is matte. This one is kind of like a satin matte. I'm gonna go into my bronzer first, which is the Wet n Wild Mega Glow Contouring Palette in the shade Dulce de Leche. I'm gonna go in with this shade right here, and I'm gonna use that to set my eyelids for the eyeshadows. To set, I am just gonna take my Morphe brush that I use to set my under eyes with. The number to this brush has rubbed off, so I will link this brush in the description along with everything else I use in this video. The first shade I'm gonna start off with is Hot Spell, which is this matte brown in the palette, and I'm gonna use that as a transition. So in looks like this, using a transition is super important. Ooh, that's very pigmented off of the first two taps, by the way. Doing a look with blues or purples or pinks, it's super important to use some kind of transition. All of those fun, funky colors will blend beautifully into the crease, and if not, they can just look like a patchy mess, which is never cute. Now I'm going to go into Wild Thing, which is the orange shade right next to Hot Spell. Also, the brush I was using to apply Hot Spell was the Morphe M504, just a fluffy blending brush. So to apply Wild Thing, the orange shade, I'm going to take the Morphe M573, which is a pointed crease brush. And these shades are super pigmented, which I am super happy about. And I'm just going to place this right into the socket of my crease and blend upward, just to start giving a little more definition and warmth to the look. I'm not really sure what I'm going for today. I'm kind of just playing with colors and seeing where it takes me. I am dragging a bit of this Wild Thing shade on my outer corner. Going back into the Morphe M504 with no additional product, I'm just gonna blend those two shades together really well so all the transition lines are seamless. On a Morphe M433 brush, I'm gonna take the shade Heist, which is a darker brown, kind of with a reddish undertone. This is going straight into the socket of my crease and not taking it high up at all, so I can really leave the definition in the socket of my crease, and again, blending this on the outer corner. I'm still trying to figure out how to incorporate that blue. I'm not sure like what I'm gonna do yet. I think I'm just gonna do like a half cut crease with it. And by the way, these shadows are bomb. If you were contemplating on getting this mini palette or the Naked Heat, the full palette, I would definitely get it. I'm just deepening up the outer corner using Heist and blending in my crease. You can leave it as light or make it as dark as you prefer. I am just going back in with Hot Spell, the light brown we first used to blend out the top of, what is that, Wild Thing. And then I will be going in with Wild Thing and blending out Heist. So I think I am gonna do a half cut crease because that is the only thing I can really think of that may flatter this blue eyeshadow. Still not sure if it's going to or not, but that's better than putting it all over my lid personally. I'm gonna use my Tarte Shape Tape in the shade Light. Obviously, everyone probably knows what this concealer is by now. Even if you aren't into makeup, you probably know what this is. So I'm just gonna place a little bit on the back of my hand as much as I can get out because, like I said, I'm almost out. My favorite cut crease brush is actually a Real Techniques detailer brush, which looks like this. It gets super flat. So this I found once I started using, it made my cut creases so much easier. Cut crease is now done. That was very stressful. So I'm going to go back into the same light shade in this contouring palette, and I'm going to use that to set my cut crease before it creases anywhere. You can just take any flat shader brush to do this. This one's from Morphe. Now for the scary part, which could end up being really cool or could end up being really bad. So I'm gonna go ahead and use the Naked Cosmetics Heavy Metal Loose Eyeshadow. I'm not sure how I wanna approach this. I think I'm just gonna use what is in the cap for now. I'm gonna use a Morphe M124 brush, which is just a flat shader like this. And I am gonna spray my Morphe Continuous Setting Spray on my brush before and once the product's on, just to avoid as much fallout as possible so we don't look like a Smurf by the time we're done applying this eyeshadow. So far it's applying pretty well. I have one eye covered with the blue right now. It's not as bad as I was expecting. There is quite a bit of fallout here on my nose, but not terrible actually, which I'm really surprised about. I am happy I decided to do my base afterwards though, but with the setting spray, it did really help stick to the brush, and it is adhering to my lid quite well considering I didn't use a glitter glue or anything because I wanted to see how the product would stick on its own. Of course, the outer corner is not blended yet, so that is not the eyeshadow, that is me. So, but the eyeshadow I think is actually really pretty and rich. I'm gonna finish the other eye off camera and then I will be right back. Both of the eyes now have the blue and I'm quite impressed actually. They did apply very smoothly, which I was very impressed with. And like I said, this side did give me the same kind of fallout issue, but again, the setting spray is definitely a must with this shadow. And what I found is you don't wanna kind of swipe, you wanna press into the eye, obviously not hard because it's your eye, but you do wanna press with the eyeshadow brush to really stick the product on, or else it just kind of moves and fumbles around and then it will leave you with patches without eyeshadow. I'm gonna finish up the outer corner of my eyes now using the same Naked Petite Heat palette, and I'm just gonna use the same shadows that I already applied in the crease. I'm gonna use this Morphe E18 kind of dome pencil brush, and I'm just gonna take Wild Thing, the orange again, and I'm gonna apply that on my outer corner. I am using Wild Thing to kind of blend out and diffuse that blue line that we had after the cut crease. And I'm being very, very gentle with this to make sure I don't disrupt any of the blue. Once we have that applied, I'm gonna go in with Heist, the darker brown that we did use with the same brush. And I'm gonna apply a little bit more on the outer corner and not gonna bring it in as far. I am going to take a little bit of Strike, which is kind of a purple with a brownish undertone. I'm going to use a Morphe E36, which is a really teeny tiny pencil brush. And I'm going to concentrate this right on the outer corner of my eye. For my brow bone highlight, I'm going to take the shade Inhale, which is the brightest shade in the palette, and I'm going to use that under my brow bone. I think with this look, I want to apply a little bit of winged eyeliner. I haven't done that in a hot minute, so I'm going to do that off camera, and I am going to apply some lashes, then I'll be right back. The lashes and liner are now on, and it really does complete the look, and I am actually starting to really like it. I didn't really like it at first, but now it's starting to come together. Moving on to the face. Normally, I'll just do my base off camera, but today I'm going to do it on camera because I have this new beauty blender to try out. It's not really a beauty blender. It is the Sonia Kashuk makeup blender, which is latex free. It looks like this. It's really pretty and cute, so I'm kind of upset to ruin it. It has a flat surface right here, which is nice, but it's really small. It's like the size of a quarter. And then the rest is rounded, and it comes to a really good point up here, which I do like to get right here. So right now this is not wet because I wanted to show you guys what it looks like dry and then see if it blows up any when it's dampened. So I'm gonna go dampen my sponge and we'll come back and see if it blew up any, if it got squishier, or if it's still gonna look like this. Okay, so I'm back from wetting my sponge, and let me just say I'm super impressed. This thing got huge, and it is so soft and squishy. It feels like a beauty blender. So it feels super soft and promising. With that being said, I'm gonna go in with my Hello Flawless Oil-Free Oxygen Wow Broad Spectrum Brightening Sunscreen Makeup. That is a mouthful. So this is by Benefit. This is so old, but it is one of my all-time favorites. I actually bought this because Shannon XO actually talked about this years ago, saying how this was her favorite foundation. She always used it. So I went out and bought it, and I have been hooked on it ever since then. 2 pumps on the back of my hand to start with, and I do like to take my finger and dot it all around. This is like really orange compared to my skin, and it is a shade or 2, maybe 3 too dark for me, but that's why we blend stuff down the neck and it will look beautiful. For my neck though, I do like to use a brush, so I take my Morphe M439. Now for the moment of truth, I'm going to use a sponge. I'm going to use the flat side first to bounce this all in my makeup, all in my face. This just became so dirty, so this is so sad, but it's okay. This is blending my makeup out beautifully. Look at that sheen. Oh my god. I'm blown away. Okay, amazing. So for concealer, I am going to use Tarte Shape Tape in Light again. I'm just going to pop that under my eyes. I like to do it around the nose, on the bridge of the nose, center of the forehead, on the cupid's bow, and chin. Now we look like we're supposed to be in a tribe. I'm going to flip the beauty blender. Oh, I'm going to use the flat part for the T-zone and obviously the pointed part for under my eyes. Like that blends my concealer out so fast and it looks gorgeous. I'm going to use this sponge to also bake my under eyes. And again, I'm using the Maybelline Fit Me Loose Finishing Powder in Light. And if you guys saw my last video, my first impressions, you know that I did try this out. I've been using this ever since that video came up every single day, and I have to say I really do love it. I'm just gonna use my finger to pat out any creases first, and then going in with the powder. I'm not really gonna bake today, actually. I'm just gonna press the powder in. I am using this sponge to kind of set my T-zone and really push the powder in. I'm gonna go in with this Morphe E41. It is a huge powder brush, and I'm just gonna use that to get the rest of my face. So now I'm gonna pick up the same contouring palette from Wet n Wild, and I'm finally gonna go in with the bronzer. For bronzer, I'm gonna use the Morphe M530 brush, and I'm just gonna use this to bronze. I am just gonna run a little bit on my nose. I don't really contour my nose, I just run bronzer on the edges and the tip, just so it's not like my whole entire face is bronzed, and then the thing in the center of my face is just stark white. We're almost finished with the look, so I'm gonna go ahead and finish off the eyes now. So I'm gonna jump back into the Naked Petite Heat palette, and I'm gonna take the shade Wild Thing again and run that from inner to outer corner on my lower lash line. I'm gonna take that on a Morphe M506. Now I'm gonna take the shade Heist and apply that a little bit closer to my lower lash line, but with the same brush. We're just doing a gradient of all three of the transition shades we use in the crease. Now I'm gonna use the Morphe M432, which is a flat definer brush, and I'm gonna take the shade Strike, and I'm gonna use that to tightline along the outer third of my eye. To blend that harsh line out, I'm gonna take the E36, again, the small pencil brush in the shade Heist, and mix it in with Strike. For my inner corner highlight, I'm gonna take Inhale again on the same E36. I'm gonna finish off with some lower lash mascara, and I'm using the CoverGirl Clump Crusher Mascara. This is an oldie but a goodie of mine. I'm gonna use the Sonia Kashuk blush in the shade Melon. I'm gonna use this Morphe angled brush. Again, I don't know the number, but I'll list it below. With my all-time favorite highlight, which is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Ambreezy highlighter. Like, come on, look at this. Oh, it's like a block of gorgeousness. Again, taking this on my Morphe M510. You guys know this is my favorite highlighting brush. I go into this highlighter. So, and that is without setting spray on it. Like, oh my God, I can't. Just applying this on the Cupid's bow, as you can tell. I'm just gonna take any brush and I'm gonna put it on the tip of my nose. Woohoo! That is a nose highlight. And then I'm just gonna make the exclamation mark on my nose. So I'm using the NYX Lingerie Liquid Lip in the shade Ruffle Trim. I almost forgot, we have a lip pencil. It is in the shade Lust, like I said. So as you can see, this is nothing like I was going for. We're just gonna try it and we're gonna see how it goes. First impression of just this one line, it's super creamy and really easy to apply. It just glides on. I don't feel like I'm tugging or pulling at my lip at all, which is great. So the lip liner is actually giving me a really pretty gradient, so I'm not mad at it. So I really love the lip color that came out of this, and I'm just gonna top it off with a gloss. This is the Tarteist Glossy Lip Paint in the shade Avi. Finished result. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I am super surprised that I actually love this look as much as I do. So the blue on the lids, I definitely was very skeptic about. I was very skeptic about this eyeshadow in general. In the end, I actually do love this shadow. So this lip balm, I think it's kind of dumb how little product they give you, but it was very nice. But I wish they gave you a little bit more because it is super tiny and I feel like I could have made something like this. Okay, so I totally just realized that I forgot to try out the blush, but I'm kind of glad I didn't because I feel like this would have made the look take a bad turn. And the lip pencil is amazing. I'm super stoked that I remembered to try this one. Even though the color was kind of off and not what I was going for, in the end it ended up creating this beautiful lip color. That was all of the products that were in my January IPSY bag, and I hope you guys enjoyed watching me try them on, giving you guys my thoughts on them. So if you guys haven't been subscribed to IPSY, but after these two videos that I've done, if you have been a part of it, let me know down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. I had an amazing time just sitting here and chatting with you guys. So I hope to see you guys in my next video. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe, like I said in the beginning, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye!